love a flower, don't pick it, because if you pick it up, it dies and it ceases to be what you love. So if you love a flower, let it be. Love is not about possession, love is about appreciation. Experience life in all possible ways: good, bad, bitter, sweet, dark, light, summer, winter. Experience all of the dualities. Don't be afraid of experience, because the more experience you have, the more mature you become. To be creative means to be in love with life. You can be creative only if you love life enough that you want to enhance its beauty. You want to bring a little more music to it, a little more poetry to it, and a little more dance to it. Friendship is the purest of love. It is the highest form of love, where nothing is asked for, no conditions, and where one simply enjoys giving. Life begins where fear ends. Listen to your being. It is continuously giving you hints. It is a still, small voice. It does not shout at you. That is true. And if you are a little silent, you will start to feel your way. Be the person you are. Never try to be another, and you will become mature. Maturity is accepting the responsibility of being oneself, whatsoever the cost. Risking all to be oneself, that's what maturity is all about. Be realistic. Plan for a miracle. Drop the idea of becoming someone, because you're already a masterpiece. You cannot be improved. You have only to become it, to know it, to realize it. Each person comes into this world with a specific destiny. He or she has something to fulfill. Some message has to be delivered. Some work has to be completed. You are not here accidentally. You are here meaningfully. There is a purpose behind you, and the whole intends to do something through you. Falling in love, you remain a child. Rising in love, you mature. By and by, love becomes not a relationship, it becomes a state of your being. Not that you are in love, now you are love. You feel good, you feel bad, and these feelings are bubbling from your own unconsciousness, from your own past. Nobody's responsible except you. Nobody can make you angry, and nobody can make you happy. Truth is not something outside to be discovered. It is something inside to be realized. Relaxation is like a flowering. You cannot force it. You have to understand the whole phenomenon, why you are so active, why so much occupation with activity, and why you are obsessed with it. Intelligence is dangerous. Intelligence means you will start thinking on your own. You will start looking around on your own, and you will not believe in the scriptures. You will believe only in your own experience. The less people know, the more stubbornly they know it. I love this world because it is imperfect. It is imperfect, and that's why it is growing. If it was perfect, it would have been dead. Growth is possible only if there is imperfection. I would like you to remember again and again, I am imperfect. The whole universe is imperfect. And to love this imperfection, to rejoice in this imperfection, is my whole message. When you want to climb to the highest peak of the mountains, it is arduous. And when you have reached the peak and you lie down, whispering with the clouds, looking at the sky, the joy that fills your heart, that joy always comes whenever you reach any peak of creativity. These trees are not serious, these birds are not serious, the rivers and the oceans are wild, and everywhere there is fun, everywhere there is joy and delight. Watch existence, listen to the existence, and become part of it. That is the simple secret of happiness. Whatever you are doing, don't let the past move your mind. Don't let the future disturb you, because the past is no more and the future is not yet. To live in the memories, to live in the imagination, is to live in the non-existential. And when you're living in the non-existential, you are missing that which is existential. Naturally, you will be miserable because you will miss your whole life. Millions of people are suffering. They want to be loved, but they don't know how to love. And love cannot exist as a monologue. It is a dialogue, a very harmonious dialogue. A relaxed person is simply non-obsessive, and the energy starts accumulating within him or her. He conserves his energy, and then when the moment for action comes, his total being flows into it. Truth is not to be found outside. No teacher, no scripture can give it to you. It is inside you, and if you wish to attain it, seek your own company. Be with yourself. The real question is not whether life exists after death. The real question is whether you are alive before death. Nobody is superior, nobody is inferior, but nobody is equal either. People are simply unique and incomparable. Your whole idea about yourself is borrowed from those who have got no idea of who they are themselves. I live my life based on two principles. One, I live as if today was my last day on earth, and two, I live today as if I am going to live forever. Be less of a judge, and you will be surprised that when you become a witness and you don't judge yourself and you stop judging others too, and that makes you more human, more compassionate, and more understanding. When I say be creative, I don't mean that you should all go and become great painters and great poets. I simply mean let your life be a painting, let your life be a poem. Only a blind man can easily define what light is. When you do not know, you are bold. Ignorance is always bold. Knowledge hesitates. And the more you know, the more you feel that the ground underneath is dissolving. The more you know, the more you feel how ignorant you are. There is no need of any competition with anybody. You are yourself. And as you are perfectly good. Accept yourself. It is beautiful to be alone. It is also beautiful to be in love and to be with people. And they are complementary, not contradictory. Don't try to understand life, live it. Don't try to understand love, move into love. Then you will know, and all that knowing will come out of your experiencing. The more you know that much remains to be known. There is a great difference between trust and belief. Trust is personal, belief is social. Go inwards, find your inner space, and suddenly you will find an explosion of light, of beauty, of ecstasy, as if suddenly thousands of roses have blossomed within you and you are full of their fragrance. The tongue never slips. Remember this always. What goes on within the mind comes invariably on the tongue. Respect life, revere life. There is nothing more holy than life, nothing more divine than life. A man becomes a Buddha the moment he accepts all that life brings with gratitude. Don't seek, don't search, don't ask, don't knock, don't demand. Relax. If you relax, it comes. If you relax, it is there. If you relax, you start vibrating with it. No, explanation is not needed, only exclamation. A wondering heart, awakened, surprised, feeling the mystery of life each moment, and then and only then you know what truth is, and truth liberates. Commit as many mistakes as possible, remembering only one thing. Don't commit the same mistake again, and you will be growing. Help the world to become better. Don't leave the world just the same as you found it. Make it a little better. Make it a little more beautiful. Never interfere in anybody's life, and don't allow anybody to interfere in your life. Think before you desire a thing. There is every possibility that it will be fulfilled, and then you will suffer. The greatest fear in the world is the opinion of others, and the moment you're unafraid of the crowd, you are no longer a sheep, you become a lion. A great roar arises in your heart, the roar of freedom. Every being is unique. God never creates carbon copies, He always creates originals. He is truly a creator. He never repeats, but man goes on living in imitation. We are trying to be somebody else, which is impossible. Express your uniqueness in whatsoever you do. Express your individuality. Let existence be proud of you. Life will not be felt like a drag, it will become a fragrance.